Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins of interest. And today we're going to be looking at the subject of staking. We're going to debunk it so that you have a thorough understanding of what staking is, and we're going to be using Metapets as an example because their staking is going to be going live anytime. So just ensure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any video, because on this channel we are always covering all sorts of coins. We cover good coins, we cover bad coins, we cover scam coins and coins in between. So you would want to be subscribed so you can get a very good perspective on multiple projects in crypto, right? So let's jump into the staking. So like I said, we're going to be using Metapets, right, as an example in terms of this staking, because their staking is going to be launching soon. They have 3 plans. They have the 2 months, the 4 months, and the 6 months. So the 2 months, you are going to be getting 20% APY, right? So what is APY? So if you go to the definition, Investopia, you see its APY is the actual rate of return that will be earned in 1 year if the interest is compounded, right? So in 1 year, that's what you're going to be earning, right? So that's one key word in terms of APY. So it does not mean in 2 months you're going to get 20%, or in 4 months you're going to get 45%, or in 6 months you're going to be getting 100%. You're going to get it in relation to the APY, and that's what we're going to be going through the numbers into this video, right? It's very simple. And you do see here there is a 20% APY plus 13% back for all the plans. What does this mean? Well, when you stake, you're going to be paying a tax of 13%, same as when you buy and sell Metapets. So when you buy Metapets, you're going to be paying 13% tax, and when you stake Metapets, you're going to be paying 13% tax, and when you sell Metapets, you're going to be paying 13% tax. But if you stake for the periods that are prescribed as per the agreement of the staking, they are going to be giving you the 13% back only for the staking, right? But you still need to buy. If you're going to be buying into the project and selling to the project, the 13% is mandatory, right? So let's jump into what each and every plan means, right? What exactly, let's go to the nuts and bolts and really zoom into it. So the 2 months. So we are going to be pretending that you don't own any Metapets. You're going to be buying Metapets from scratch. So you've got $100 to spend. You want to buy Metapets and you want to stake Metapets for 2 months, right? So let's go through the numbers. So you've got your $100. When you buy Metapets, you're going to pay a 13% tax, right? Plus there's also the spillage you have to pay, but in this case we're just considering the tax that you have to pay, and which means once you have bought in, you're going to have $87, right? You're going to have $87 into Metapets, and then you are also, so that $87 you want to stake it, right? So when you stake, remember you're going to pay another tax of 13%, which means after you have staked, you've got $75.69. That's what you've got staked. So for you to get this 13% back, you have to stake for the full 2 months. So the 20% that you're expecting to get APY, right? What you basically need to do, you need to divide this 20% by 12, right? Which gives you 1.6%, right? So this 1.6% is what you're going to be getting monthly. So you need to multiply this by 2. Right? So if you multiply this by 2, you actually get 3.6%. So you actually get 3.6% for your staking in 2 months, right? And then, so you need to add that $75 that you got, 0.69 that you've got staked after the 2 months, plus the 3.6% that you get, right? You are going to be getting $78.4, right? Let me just correct this. This is actually, it's not a percentage, it's actually dollars. So you're going to be getting $78.4, right? Let me just put the dollar sign right here. This is what you're going to be getting, right? And then this $78.4, because you've staked for this full 2 months, you're going to be getting your 13% tax back, the one that you paid when you staked, right? And as a result, you're going to be getting the $88.6 after staking. That's what you're going to be getting after staking, $88.6 And if you decide to sell, so now you are exiting Metapets because you are done with staking, you're going to pay a tax of 13%, right? from your $88.6, which is going to give you around $77. So if you stake for 2 months, the $100 you spent is going to wind up $77. This is assuming the price does not change. For the purpose of us doing this example, we are assuming the price remains the same. It does not go lower, right? It does not go higher. This is what you get. Obviously, this figure can only go up if the price of Metapets go up. If the price of Metapets does not go up, and if it goes down, this will be much, much less. And remember, if you divest or if you exit out of staking before the 2 months, you're going to lose the 13%, right? So this 75.69 cents is what you're going to be getting back as a penalty for not living up to the 2 months. Staking for the 2 months, you are going to, this 13% is what you're going to need to pay. So you need to do your calculations. If you are already staked and you want to unstake, you need to do your calculations and see what is better, staying for the full 2 months or unstaking immediately, right? That's one thing that you need to know for the 2 months. So you put $100 and you're going to get back $77. That's what staking is. Now let's continue. So if you did not stake at all, you're going to be, it's almost the same. As you can see, if you did not stake, it was going to be more or less the same. So it makes no difference if you're going to be putting down $100 and staking for the 2 months. So let's go for the 4 months and see what happens here. So for the 4 months, the first 2 steps are the same. You've got $100 to buy Metapets, because remember, you don't have any Metapets. You're buying Metapets. You've got, and then you're going to pay the 13%. You have $87, and then you pay the 13% for buy, and then now you want to stake your $87 of worth of Metapets. You're going to pay another 13% tax, which leaves you with $75.69, same as in the previous example. But now your APY is now 45%, because remember, in the previous example it was 20%. Now it's 45%, so you need to divide that by 12, which gives you 3.75%. So per month you're going to be earning 3.75%. Obviously, you can only realize this if you stake for the full 4 months. If you unstake before the 4 months, you're going to lose this 13%, same as in the previous example. So now this 3.75% per month, you need to multiply it by 4 months, which is the 4 months of staking, which gives you 15%. Right, it gives you 15%. So you need now to add this $75 plus 69 cents plus the 15%, right, that you get in 4 months, which gives you $87. And because you've been a good investor, you've staked for the full 4 months, you did not pull out, you are going to be getting your 13% back on the $87 that you have earned, which is going to bring you to a grand total of $98, right, after staking $98.31 dollars. That's what you're going to be getting. And then if you decide to say, I want to sell out now my $98 dollars, you are going to need to pay another 13% tax for selling, which leaves you with $85, right? So your $100 is now $85. It's slightly, right, better than the 2 months, but still you are still down, right? We are assuming the price of Metapets remains the same. The only way this price can go higher, this figure can go higher of $85 you end up with, is if the price of Metapets goes up. That's the only way. There is no other way, right? So let's go to the last example of the 6 months, right? So if you stake $100, if you buy Metapets rather for the $100, of course you're going to be paying the 13% tax, same as in the previous 2 examples. You've got your $87 in worth of Metapets, and you want to stake. So when you stake, you pay the 13% tax. You're going to end up with $75.69 cents, same as in the last 2 previous example. But now you're going to be getting 100% APY, right? So that 100%, you need to divide it by 12, which means you get around 8.3% per month, right? So since you're staking for 6 months, you need to multiply the 8.3% per month times 6 months, right? This 6 months, which gives you around 50%, which is 49.8%, right? So you need to add the $75.69 plus this 49.8%. That is going to give you $113.3, right? And because you have managed to stake for the full 6 months, you're going to be getting back your 13% tax that you paid when you staked, and you're going to wind up with a total of $128, right? And if you decide to sell, you are done with investing into Metapets and staking into Metapets, and now you want to sell, you are going to have to pay the 13% tax of selling, which as a consequence, you are going to have a grand total of $111, right? So that's how it works for the 6 months. So in the 6 months, you're going to make a profit if the price of Metapets does not change, right? If the price of Meta, the only way this can be increased is if the price of Metapets goes up, this 111, right? If the price goes down, the money that you're going to get in the end is also going to reduce. And remember that for you to get this 13% back tax that you paid when you staked, you need to stay for the full 6 months. If you pull out, you are going to pay this 13%. Plus, you're going to pay another 13% when you sell anyway, right? So now let's talk about the good and bad of staking, right? So in terms of staking, the bad staking is a project with no utility, right? So in Metapets at the moment, there is no utility. So you might ask, what is that? For me, utility is something that brings in cash flow, new money into the project, right? There is no money coming into the project. There's just the native tokens into the project. So if you stake Metapets, you get paid in Metapets. That's bad, right? Because guess what? In Metapets, there is not a lot of burning that is going on. Everyone knows that. So they have a whole lot of coins. So if you are going to be staking Metapets, you're going to get Metapets in the end. And if people are going to be selling, as you see in the 2 and 4 months, you are already on a loss by just buying, staking, and selling, right? You're on a loss. You only make a profit on the 6 months, provided that the price of Metapets does not change, right? So in all scenarios, the one thing that you want is for the price of Metapets to definitely go higher than the price that you invested, which is the same thing that we see with all cryptos anyway. You invest for capital gains, right? So it's up to you to decide whether staking is something that you want to do or not. Remember the golden rule of investment: never ever invest in something that you don't understand. So before you stake, ensure that you know these numbers are correctly. Also do further research, ask questions as well, right? And also talking about good staking now. So we talked about bad staking. There's no utility in the project, no new money coming in, no cash flow, right? It's almost like a business that is just promising to give you money, right? But there's no money coming into the business, right? How can you be paid a salary if there's no new money coming into the business, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? So obviously it's going to cause inflation, because everyone is going to be staking and getting back Metapets, because they have a whole bunch of Metapets. It did not cost anyone. The developers, it did not cost them. The people behind Metapets, it did not cost them anything to generate these Metapets coins. They just said, we want 100 quadrillion, and they've got 100 quadrillion. But you are actually putting in your Ethereum, your BNB, your precious coins for Metapets. So they are going to pay you back in Metapets after staking. So if the price go lower than the price that when you enter the staking, you are going to lose big time. And if you see the price is really tanking, you want to unstake, you're going to lose the 13% tax you paid when you staked. And if you are going to sell, you're going to pay another 13%. So it's a lose-lose situation, right? The only way you're going to win is if the price of Metapets go up. So what is good staking then? So good staking is a project with utility, and an example that we have is Tectonic. This project, it offers the feature of lending and borrowing. So you can either be a lender or you can be a borrower. So if you're going to borrow, you provide some assets, which is some crypto for collateral. You're going to be paying some fees, right? And you can also face liquidation events. So all those monies are collected from borrowers, and they help to sustain the staking. So now you've got money that is coming out. It's more like a bank. When you put money into a savings bank account, right? That money you put down, let's say $100, the bank, due to the fractional reserve system, is able to take about $90 of the $100 you put in, and they can go and lend it out to 9 people and charge different tax rates. So now there is new money that is coming in, and then they can give you a 5% APY per year, right? So this is basically in terms of good staking, you want the project to have utility. And the other thing that is preferable if you're going to be staking into a project is the project need to pay you in a more valuable token, right? It doesn't need to necessarily to be more valuable, but it can be maybe a stable token. It can be something else. So instead of getting paid in Metapets in this case, you would be paid in BUSD, right? So that ensures that there is no inflation of the native token, because you are staking Metapets, and whatever yield you have, you are getting paid in BUSD after the staking process. The Metapets you put in is the same Metapets you get back, right? So that will be ideal staking, right? So for some projects, a lot of projects will only have a utility, and they will be paying you in the same native token. So it's up to you to decide if your risk appetite is high. You can say, since they've got utility, I'm going to go in with it, right? And or some projects are going to be paying you back in a more valuable token. So you can say, since they do this, I'm going to go into it. So it's up to you. Me, I would say preferably find a project that has got both, right? Find a project that has got both. So this is how staking works in terms of Metapets, right? So I wanted to just debunk this whole situation of staking so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And like I said, the golden rule of investment is you never ever invest into anything if you don't know exactly how it works. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.